Hey, welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I got my very special guest tonight, the Victory Pro Wrestling champion, EJ Risk.
Hi guys.
How you doing, EJ?
Good, man. How are you?
Good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
This is awesome, man. I'm very excited for you to be on.
I've seen you over here while I was like warming up and stretch. I've seen you over here like the last month or two, right?
Yeah.
I want to say, and I'm like, what's his deal? What's his deal? Why isn't he interviewing me?
That's right.
Can we curse here?
You can do whatever you want.
I was over there like, dude, this is bullshit. Why isn't he cursing? Why isn't he?
It's a big roster here, so it takes time for me to get to everybody.
I guess so.
All right, my first question is, what made you want to be a pro wrestler?
What made me want to be? I've always loved it. Started watching it when I was about, 5 or 6 with my grandfather. And I think his love for it kind of transferred over into me. I love the theatrics of it and everything like that. So that's really what I fell in love with was the awe factor about it,
Okay, that's cool. Who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
Bret Hart. I had
Bret
many.
Hitman?
I had many, but Bret Hart was definitely my favorite.
A lot of people say Shawn Michaels on the show.
He's my second
He's up
favorite.
there.
Yeah, he's my second favorite.
So what was the thing that you liked about Bret Hart? Like, man, I want to be just like Bret.
Honestly, dude, the black and pink.
Black and pink?
That was it. That was my favorite. And if anyone tries to tell me that he doesn't have the best entrance music, they're lying.
Absolutely nuts.
He has the best entrance music and the best gear. I don't know.
I'm a big Bret Hart fan too. Growing up watching Bret, his rivalry with Shawn, the Hart Foundation, all that. So I can see that. All right, next question, buddy. What has your rivalry with VSK meant to you, and also tagging with him in Adrenaline Express?
Let me preface this answer by saying that VSK is a piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, VSK he's my best buddy. It's meant a lot. We got to do a lot of cool things together. We got to fight for championships, win championships together. I think each of us separately is really good, but when we're together, I think we're at our best. So it's been fun. What can you say about traveling a road with your best friend and you know what I mean, doing really cool stuff. We broke in.
This rivalry has transcended past Victory Pro, right? You guys have done it in Creator Pro.
Oh yeah.
And it was like phenomenal. Every time you guys are there, it's magic.
Yeah, we know each other like the back of our hands, so it's just it's like fighting your best friend.
Right. Awesome. Tell me about your injury that put you out and your recovery from it.
My injury. I got injured. I guess it was 2013. I got hurt in a specific match, but I never kind of let it heal. I never did what I was supposed to, and I kept wrestling hurt.
Just kept going.
And more, and I was just doing more and more damage to my neck. And June of 2014, actually, versus VSK in Deer Park was when I had to give it up. I started losing feeling in my hands. And which is obviously very scary.
Right, absolutely, yeah.
So I missed about 2.5 years, and I spent a lot of time, in physical therapy,
right.
Doing stuff like that, and then actually working out properly is kind of how the muscles got stronger and everything sort of compensated for what was wrong with my neck. So missing 2.5 years sucked, but it made me sort of get my body right.
Right.
You
didn't need surgery, did you?
I did not.
That's good.
But the doctors did say that if it happens again, if I lose feeling in my hands again, that it's over. So far so good.
Right. Knock on wood.
So far so good. But yeah, that was a really rough time for me because VSK and myself, we were just getting traction in all these different companies and getting to experience a lot of cool things. And it was the first time that I was afraid. I was scared. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was, usually I'm in the ring and whether it's smart or not, a lot of times I'm just, I just go with it. Yeah. I just go with it. And now, and coming back from it has been even harder. It's been even harder because there are guys that have only been wrestling now for 2 years, since I've been gone, the 2 years that I was gone, and they're light years ahead of where I am, because it's been like starting all over. It's been like starting all over physically, mentally. It's I'd be lying if I said I still wasn't scared while I'm wrestling, but I don't like to wrestle scared, so it's just, I'm in my own head a lot, but
You're fantastic on the mic, though. Let me tell you.
exactly. Well, that's always been one of my strong. That's always been one of my strong points is the microphone. Thank God. But yeah, I'm still on the comeback. You know what I mean? I'm not anywhere near where I was in terms of in-ring stuff. Again, it was starting all over.
Whatever you're doing, it's working because you're the champ.
Yeah, well, there you go. I appreciate it.
All right, tell me about what it means to you being a musician and about your singing, because I see you singing at the Cap shows. So.
Nice singing, boy.
Some Backstreet Boys, I think.
So I actually do sing.
I
do and can sing. I've done shows and I've worked with record labels and all that kind of stuff. I've written for musicians. I love
anybody we know.
Michael Lynch.
Okay.
He's from American Idol. He was an American Idol contestant. He made it like top 2 or 3 or whatever. And then when he didn't make it, he came back to just doing like local shows and stuff like that. And he would come to the studio and we would write. With Michael Lynch, I've done a lot of cool stuff with music. I've performed at local bars. Nothing really crazy, but it is. It's a hobby of mine. I was just recently in the studio a couple days ago. So it's still something I do, but on my spare time. Yeah.
You seem to have a pretty busy life, though. Between wrestling, I'm sure you do other things too.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
I hear you. What advice would you give to anyone who wants to be a pro wrestler?
Advice I would give? Do it. This guy's back.
Guy's back. Oh no! Don't interrupt us no more.
I would say
DJ's time.
Do it the right way. Do it the right. A lot of guys mess around, think that they could train themselves, and
they're gonna get injured.
And do it the right way. I was definitely and still am not. I've never been the biggest guy in any locker room ever, and it took me a long time to realize, that I need to take care of my body and put on size and stuff like that. If you invest in you, that means eating right, working out, training right. Just doing things the right way.
Right.
I would say if you invest in you completely, then sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. All right. Cool. Who would you like to face from any promotion? That you could say, man, this guy, I want to face him in the ring.
Any promotion?
Any promotion.
It has to be at this time, or can it be?
It could be anywhere. Future, whatever you want.
What about the past?
Past too. Let's do the past.
Let's do the past. Oh man, how could I not want to work like my idol? How could I not
Bret
want to work
Hart,
Bret Hart? Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say Bret Hart.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I met him once. We got to do some training seminar that was going on in Staten Island, I think. And yeah, I didn't even get in the ring with him. He just sort of judged what everybody was doing in the ring. I'm sure he got his payday and went home.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it was cool. It was cool meeting him. Otherwise, like current guys, Ziggler, maybe Dolph Ziggler, because he would make me look like $1 million. You know what I mean?
He's on fire right now with McIntyre.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's one of those that I can't answer on the spot. That I'd have to. I'm sure I'm going to come up with a really good answer in about 10 minutes after the podcast is over.
Okay, what type of match would you like to be in that you haven't been in yet?
What haven't I been in yet? I don't know if I've.
I mean, I've seen you in the steel cage match.
Steel cage, ladder match I've done.
How about a casket match? That would be unique.
Casket match is cool.
There you go.
Cool.
Casket match. We're going to book it next monster match.
Yeah, for real. That would be cool. Yeah, casket match. If anyone asks, I came up with that answer.
That's right.
Casket match.
DJ came up with the casket match.
Casket match. That's my final answer.
Tell me about the brotherhood here at VPW. I know you guys are real tight with it.
Yeah. Oh man, these are some of my best friends.
Yeah, you got VSK obviously.
Not even some of my best friends. Like these are my best friends. Like I was That sounds like somebody's warming.
We're getting interrupted. All right, so
they don't want me. They don't want me on.
They
this
don't want you to get on
there.
there.
Yeah, so I was VSK's best man at his wedding. He's going to be at mine. All of us are just really close,
Fulton,
we like to
Tibbs.
call ourselves the Core Four. Me,
Four.
me, Tibbs, Fresh, Vinny, And I mean, of course, then there's then there's
I heard
Delta,
Kai's in there, too.
Delta, and there's Kai. Yeah, we call ourselves the core four, but there's like 8 of us. You know what I mean? No, these are definitely my best friends in the world. They're idiots, every single one of them, and I'm sure they tell you the same about me.
Right.
They're all dumb shits.
I can see that you guys are tight.
They're all dumb shits, but I love them. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Who do you feel you would have a great rivalry with?
Here at VPW,
Yeah, here at VPW. Besides VSK, obviously.
I have feuded with every single person here. Maybe some of the newer guys here at VPW.
How about Max Caster?
Like, yeah, I was just looking at Max Caster. I'm
Yeah.
sure we would tear it up. There are a couple guys here that I think are really good.
Bryce is good, too.
Bryce is really good. Alvin's good.
Alvin.
Cat. I like Fighter Cat, too.
Fighter Cat.
I trust him. You know?
Yeah.
I don't
You
know
guys have to have
I
trust,
just trust
too.
him. Yeah, I just I would definitely trust him. Yeah, but maybe Max Caster. Maybe
Max Caster.
that would be a cool thing.
You hear that, Max? EJ's going to come for you.
Coming for you, Max.
Be ready. All right. How does it feel and what does it mean to you to be the Victory Pro Wrestling Champion?
It's actually really cool because, for me anyway, I mean, to guys who have done it already, like VSK, maybe it won't mean as much, but this was the first thing I got to do when I came back from being hurt, for the company where I started and invested a lot of time. I mean, before I got hurt, I was 7 years deep, 8 years deep, invested in my every single minute to wrestling, you know what I mean? And I had won everything else here except for this, so it was cool. It was cool that this was the first thing I got to do when I came back. It was the first. And when, as minuscule as it might seem to some people to be a champion, on the indies, it means that the company is investing stock in you.
Right.
They're putting something in
You're
you to
their
represent
number
their
one guy.
company.
Right.
You are, you know what I mean? I might not be the most popular. People might not like me the best, but I'm the champion. You know what I mean? So it is cool. It is
I think it's great when you guys are heels. I mean, it brings out the best in people.
It's all right. Even when I'm face, I'm sure people yell bad shit at me. It's okay.
All right. This might throw you off a little bit. What's going on with you and Billy Gunn? Like, what's that thing?
With Billy Gunn?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
What is going on?
So there's nothing going
trying to
on. First
come
of all,
between your family and everything.
Billy, I don't know that you'll ever see this, but there's nothing going on with you and I, right? So it's. I went to a fan festival. My mom took me to a fan festival years. I mean, dude, I was like 7 or 8 years old. And she took me and my brother to a fan fair, and we met the Smoking Guns. And they picked me up, and we took a picture, and they were really cool. Mm-hmm. And by the way, Billy Gunn is fucking jacked, right? So he can I know that he can beat me up, and like, I really don't want this to like bother him too much, but it's facts, right? This happened. So he picked me up, took a picture, and then my mom wanted a picture. So they took the picture, and right after the picture, he grabbed my mom, and he kissed her.
Ooh, Billy.
Laid one right on her lips, dude.
Oh,
Right?
Billy.
I mean, I was like 7 or 8. I was like whatever, dude. I was like, I see the 1, 2, 3 kid. Let's go say what's up.
Right.
But yeah, that was the deal with
Billy Gunn.
And I thought it would be funny to bring that to light.
Right.
Just in case he ever saw it. You know what I mean? But again, he's huge.
That was a great video. I was laughing. when I was watching.
He's huge, and I wouldn't want it to bother him, but it did happen.
Okay. Billy, stay away from EJ's mom, right?
She's single though.
Oh,
I'm not gonna call him dad though.
no, don't call
I
him
won't call him dad. I'm 30.
Mr. Ass.
Mr. S. Yeah, I'll call him Mr. S.
What has been your best fan interaction that you've had?
Best fan interaction? We do here at VPW. We've gotten to do a bunch of like charity shows and stuff. Stand up for autism and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So we've gotten to take some of those people to locker room and meet some of the guys and stuff like that. So I can't say one specific, but getting to do stuff like that, man, getting to do stuff like that. I mean, just idiots who come out here and do this on a Saturday, but to them it's everything for them. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh,
and
definitely.
it's a cool feeling. It's a warming feeling when you know that you made someone's night.
day,
By even the little kids.
Maybe someone's month too. Yeah.
Someone's birthday,
Right,
you
absolutely
take them to the back. So that's cool. I don't know a lot of companies that do that.
No.
They might shout you out for your birthday or stuff like that. They don't let you go, meet some of the guys and take private pictures
definitely, yeah.
and do stuff like that. So I'd say generally those are some of my favorite fan memories. Other than that, I've had some funny ones. I pissed a guy off here so bad one year that he waited for me. To finish getting dressed and stuff like that. Like he wanted to fight me out
Really?
here. Yeah.
Oh.
Funny stuff. I've seen fans throw chairs in. Actually, I think it was VSK versus Ricky Reyes. This was like 8 years ago or something like that, and they were throwing these chairs, these hard ass chairs, at Ricky and me.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
very funny. Very funny. But those are some of the crazy fan interactions. But other than that, getting to treat fans to cool shit, like taking them to the back and stuff like that. I like doing stuff like that.
That's awesome. That's great. What does the future hold for the VPW champion, EJ Risk? That's my last
Well,
question.
right now I'm in a feud with Kevin Tibbs,
Right.
who's awesome.
Who's awesome? He was on last time.
He's awesome. I'm in a feud with him, and it's a best of 3. And right now I'm up 1-0. I'm hoping to close it out tonight. But if not, if I can't get the job done tonight, then we go on next. But I mean, listen, the point for me every time that I wrestle is whether I'm the champion or not, I want to have the best match.
Yeah, definitely.
So does every guy back there. So whether I have this or not, it's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah, and you've had some great matches here. I've seen some great matches.
I've had a lot of fun here.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of fun here. Yeah.
That's awesome. Is there anything else you want to tell anybody?
No.
No? EJ Rest, the Victory Pro Wrestling champion.
When you can get down to Victory Pro Wrestling, get down to Victory Pro Wrestling. I wish I knew when our next show was so that I could tell you guys.
In November.
November, do you know the date?
I don't know the date now.
Well, in November. All right, keep a
November.
lookout on all forms of social media. We're going to let you guys know when Victory Pro Wrestling is back in town.
That's right.
It's a great show. It's a family-friendly show.
I
Again,
believe it's the 24th.
we do a lot of cool things. The 24th.
Yeah, it's like right after Thanksgiving.
Isn't that Thanksgiving?
Yeah, the Thursday before Thanksgiving.
No, the actual day, the 24th. Isn't
No, I
that
think it's
Thanksgiving?
the 22nd. Like 2 days after.
Whatever. Pay attention to social media. You'll see this ugly mug, I'm sure, pop up somewhere.
Come
And,
down, have fun.
Yeah. Appreciate you having me.
EJ Risk, Victory Pro Wrestling champion. This has been Beyond the Barricade.
Thank you, guys.
Stay tuned.